Hello everybody, it's Nick here with Nick Toma Music, and today we're going to go ahead and learn how to play the intro and signature lick to Somebody's Problem by Wallen. Let's get started. Alright, so welcome to episode 2 of Top 40 Riffs, and today we are looking at this new song, Somebody's Problem by Wallen. It came out just a couple weeks ago as a single, and then the album was released last week, and it's a great little country song, and it has this opening riff. I'm going to go ahead and play it for you, and then we're going to dive into how to play this, alright? So, on the recording, I'm pretty sure they're using a capo. Most of what I've seen as far as the music video and him playing it, it looks like there's being a capo used. So that's fine. We're going to talk about how to play this with or without a capo. You can do it either way, no problem. So with the capo, here it goes. Alright, so that's it. Now, there's really nothing to this. If you are comfortable with a C chord, which is your standard C chord, you should have no problem learning this, alright? With the capo on the 5th fret, basically what you're going to do is you're going to set up a C chord shape. Now this is going to be finger picked. What's going to happen is starting on that bottom note of the C chord, the 5th string with your 3rd finger here, I'm going to pick with my thumb, and then I'm going to go pick the next string with my thumb as well, and then I'm going to pick the 2nd string with my middle finger here with the right hand, and then the 3rd string with my 1st finger. So thumb, thumb, middle, index, thumb, thumb, middle, index, bum, 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 bum. And that's basically the pattern. And there is one more little thumb pickup into the next iteration of it. So okay, and that's really consistent in the right hand. Let's talk about the left hand. So the left hand is starting out, essentially what's happening is you have your C shape, and then you're going to go ahead and just take your 3rd finger off and move your 2nd finger from the 4th string to the 5th string, still on the 2nd fret. That'll be your next shape. All right, that's a real easy move. So we'll try that one more time. So from C chord, again, your 3rd finger comes off and your 2nd finger moves to the 5th string on the 2nd fret. Now for the next chord shape, what's going to happen is your 2nd finger is going to come off. Your 3rd finger is going to drop down on the 3rd fret here of the 4th string. Yeah, that's a real nice little chord there. And then it's going to go back to the 2nd chord that you played. So 3rd finger off, 2nd finger back down on the 2nd fret of the 5th string, and then back to C. So really there's just 3 chord shapes. You have the C, you have this next one, which is actually just like a kind of like a G sus over B kind of thing. And then you have this next chord here, which is kind of like an A minor sus chord, if you want to, for lack of a better term. Right? Cool. So now what's going to happen is we're going to put those things together. So you have C, then you move to this next chord. So 2nd finger on the 2nd fret of the 5th string. Again, your 2nd finger is going to come off. 3rd finger is going to go on the 3rd fret of the 4th string. And then your 2nd finger is back on 2nd fret, 5th string. 3rd finger off. Okay, So I'll just do that a couple times. I'll kind of zoom in on the left hand, right hand, left hand, right hand, so you can kind of see what's going on. Alright, so that's the idea. It's really a very simple lick as long as you can get those 3 chord shapes. C, G sus over B, and then your A minor sus here. Back to your G sus over B, and then your C. If you didn't notice, your first finger is staying down the entire time. It never moves off of that first fret of the second string. All right, so that's that with the capo. Really quickly, I'll show you without. So it's a very similar situation. However, you're gonna be on an F chord down here, because actually you're in the key of F in this song. But with the capo, it's like you're playing it in C. So we've got an F chord here. And it's going to be exactly the same process with our right hand. Thumb, 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 index, middle. Now, the tricky part here is just, if you're not familiar with this F chord, is you got to keep this barred up here. So C and F. Now, that's going to stay barred through this whole thing. All right. And that move right there feels exactly the same as if you were doing it with the capo. You're gonna take that third finger off. You're gonna move your second finger from the third string to the fourth string on the second fret. Right? It's exactly the same movement really as with the capo. Right? And then from here, it also feels really similar. You're gonna take your second finger off, you're gonna drop your third finger on the third fret of the third string. And then back to the chord shape that you just previously did, which is your third finger is gonna come back off and your second finger is gonna be on the second fret of the fourth string. And then it's back to F, okay? There you go. So hopefully that gets you started with the song. That is basically just the intro and kind of verse thing that's happening in the song. Obviously there's some other chords that take place when you get into the chorus and things like that. But hopefully this is something to at least get you started with the song, playing that signature riff. Thanks for tuning in this week to Top 40 Riffs. If you have a favorite song that you would like to see featured in this series, please leave it in the comments below and we will try to get that added as soon as we can. And we'll see you next week for another video.